Now let's talk a little bit about your craft. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that almost everyone has access to a video camera now. And
Yeah.
probably a lot of people fancy themselves, professional level when it comes to that. But it tells me that technology is it's so available.
Yeah.
So how do you either self-education or formal courses, how do you keep ahead of like the next thing? So much so that I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
You were the first person to talk to me about a Phantom camera.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of that was brand new.
Yeah.
No one was using Phantom cameras when you did a piece for me that I think most people know
Yeah.
what that is now, but when
Yeah.
we did it together, it was like,
Yeah. And at the time, that was what we would classify as bleeding edge technology. That was stuff that really no one had ever used. Um, how do you stay in it? It's interesting because if you were to ask me, do I have a daily ritual or how do I stay current? Like it truly is what I am. Like it is really in my DNA. It's really funny because I will develop ideas that I don't necessarily know where they come from, but I'll develop ideas and then I'll almost search out either how I can make it happen, or I will find partners that are like, oh yeah, we're on the same page. We've been developing this, or we've been trying to do this. And so I think and I want to answer your question specifically, but I think that it's, after being 27 years in this and seeing the technology and seeing back when I entered into this, it was this informational highway. That was the cliche. And most people didn't even know what that was. And, I actually worked for Eric Schmidt, the Google CEO. And I've done events for Google. And you brought this up, it's like, it's constantly being in those environments and being subjected to things like, speakers, ideas, future, what the future might hold. And I think you glean all that. I think that there's parts of me, like I may not even be focused and listening to it, but you overhear like deals or, and like everyday life, you're subjected to it. And so, in as much as it's in my DNA, it's also being surrounded by the creative people. There's not much that's off our radar. If I saw something or I had read something and I went and had 3 to 4 conversations within our company, we could probably get into a conversation in a boardroom where we developed it, or we develop new technology, we build it, we fabricate it, or more importantly, we adopt it or specific language to create. And so, I think the way I would articulate it is it really is in my DNA because of my past and being a think tank guy and constantly developing ideas or taking ideas that somebody had given me and trying to improve upon them or trying to bring them to market. And I've made a life out of that. And so I think it's like almost second nature to me. And, understanding trends, understanding, right now the augmented reality is huge. We're very much in that, that will be a very interesting live event angle. The 360 broadcasting stuff, we just build out this beautiful broadcast truck. Like, it's second to nothing. I think it's maybe 1 or 2. I think there might be, it'll compete head to head with KBYU's truck, which is a nationally ranked truck. But we're doing that to do a lot of esports, which is gaming stuff. So, there's so many gaming companies around here. Just technology is all around us, and the opportunities are all around us. As a father of 5 beautiful children, that are all college age now, that's what I tell them. Just look around. There's opportunities everywhere, and if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, you can grab hold of any of these things, and you can own them. You can be the ultimate authority in it. So, but I think our success comes at it being in our DNA, but more importantly, the DNA of everybody that I work with and have the honor of work with. because collectively our creative meetings are some of the most profound, forward-thinking conversations ever, even into campaigns. I have one gentleman that works for me that just developed this campaign for a tech company that we work for, and it's pure brilliance. I won't get into it, but I mean we've shared it with a few others that are former Disney people and some marketing folks that have grabbed a hold of it. That I'm very confident it will be probably one of the most successful campaigns this next year. And so that and that will have obviously a really strong technology edge on it as well.